Hello. Here we are again for another stream. Hopefully it goes well. I mean, we're not going to be stuck in arena hell, so there's at least that. As always, let me do the standard spiel. After I pull up the link, I don't know why I always forget to get this set up. So, in case you're new around these parts, I'm Brendan, better known as the Sci-Shyster, who runs the etymology of the emblem blog over on Tumblr. And I was involved in the Spanish translation of Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War, which released last year. And here's a link to it in the chat. And it will be the pinned message, so it is readily available for anyone who wants to try it out. So on this project, I was brought along to help with localizations of the names that have yet to be officially handled, whether it be by 8-4 on their work in Awakening, or Nintendo Treehouse's work on the Fire Emblem Heroes mobile game. And we're just having a great time playing through the game and talking about names. Last stream, we were, as I suggested before, we were stuck doing the arena, talking about all the names there, and met our good friend Cullen down here. Off screen, I have gone through the arena. I said it in the, or rather on a comment that I left on the last stream, but I did end up clearing through the arena with Ira, getting all the way through. She managed to defeat Cullen's replacement. Sorry, I just noticed that I think every time I say Cullen, with too hard of an inflection, I think the mic peaks, so I'll try and not do that. But Cullen's replacement, Kamos, she did manage to defeat, since I was having issues getting anyone else to do that last stream. At least in a timely manner, because we did, or rather, I got everyone about as far as they reasonably can get through. Sigurd, of course, cleared on stream. Deirdre made it to round 4. Got a couple of levels. Nisha got to round 5. I don't think he got any funny levels or anything. Alec and Arden also got to round 5 of the arena. Finn full cleared the arena. And is doing Finn type things. Quan, he did manage to get to the last round of the arena after the troubles that he was having at round 6, but he did not clear all the way. Let me tell you, it was not fun grinding through all of that. Madeir made it to the last round. We did that on stream. Cullen, I believe, yeah, he only got to round 6. Azel, I think, only round 4. Jamka, full clear because, of course. Lex got to round 7. It was also not fun getting him through round 6. Du got to round 3. I think he got like 1 level off of it. Deirdre, we already talked about. Ethlyn got to round 5. Ira, we already talked about, and Adane can't do anything. You might have also noticed that I did a bit of inventory arrangement off stream. I gave Ethlyn her brother's sword, just so she has some better damage output. If I remember correctly, Nisha now has Finn's old lance. Finn bought this lance out of the he bought that steel lance out of the armory this chapter, and Nisha picked up his old iron lance. At least I'm pretty sure it's Nisha. Maybe it was Alec, and they traded around lances. Something like that. I can't remember the specifics. And yeah. I think what my plans are, because we do have a long chapter ahead of us. We're definitely going no further than Highland over here. But we do have quite the chapter ahead of us. We have to rush to Nordian, make sure Lachesis and her gang don't succumb to, if we can find him, Elliot over here. So we gotta rush there. And also, I want to really push myself to do something I haven't done before, which is get all of the villages. I took a look at the numbers ahead of time, and just to make sure I get all of this said right. Here's my notes. The brigands that are sent from, well, I guess I should show this. Onfini, yes, that's how that's pronounced. But we won't be talking about that this stream, that's for certain. The brigands sent from Onfini are going to reach the first village, which should be this one and not this one. I could be mistaken. They'll reach the first village on turn 6, and I have until turn 15 for the for that village to be destroyed. And in case you don't know, that village happens to hold the bargain band, which is definitely not anything necessary, but it does make the game a lot more convenient to have it. So yeah, I'll be pushing for that. And I believe... I know he gets destroyed turn 15, but I believe you need at least turn 11, I think, to seize Highland, so you can get your units over there in time. So I will be pushing myself to try and take care of that. You know, I just realized I didn't get inventories sorted out. I did arrange inventories, get things sorted out for like clearing arenas. But I didn't fix anything up. So I guess I should probably take care of that. Why? I mean, that would be a great idea, I think. Fix the silver sword. Quan. Fix his steel lance. Might as well fix his javelin. Deirdre probably doesn't need anything fixed. Ethlyn will want both of her swords repaired. I mean, really, she just wants everything fixed, and she has the money for it anyways. I don't know how I should arrange my staff uses, by which really I just mean where I'm gonna put warp, because it's not really worth it to invest in Deirdre, unfortunately. And I definitely want to make sure that Ethlyn has the returned staff, so that so she can just send back Lewin with no trouble. So, you know, he can recruit Aranis. And it would be nice to bolster Edane's level and get her promoted. But I also know that it's would probably be worth my time to sell it and give it to Lachesis, so she can build up her XP fast and get her to Master Knight sooner. Okay, that's a B rank staff. I don't recall what staff rank Lachesis has, so let me look that up really quick. A lot of this prep I really should have done before stream, sorry about that. Okay, she would have C rank, so she wouldn't be able to use it anyways. Okay, good to know. So yeah, I'll probably just at some point putting warp onto Lachesis, giving her the chance to build up faster EXP. Since Jamka's foot locked, I'll probably sell the killer bow off to Madir, and I think there's a steel bow in the chapter shop, so yeah. All right. Because yeah, Madeir will definitely prefer to have the killer bow. I do have the magic ring in the or at the pawn shop, but unfortunately it's like it would give the perfect amount of magic for Azel to be able to clear a round of the arena, but he's just shy of having money to actually buy it. My plan is to have Do gift Azel some gold and have Azel buy it after we buy it and go through the arena again after we reach Highland. But that might not be the best way to distribute gold. That's not what I wanted. I will say, I have no idea what the point of the Thunder Tome being here is, really. Because it's the exact same stats as the Fire Tome. Unless I'm missing something. It's just not remarkable in any sense. And there's no one to really use it unless you get Edain promoted already, which I mean is a possibility, but neither Azel or Lewin, whenever we get him later this chapter, really has a use for it, so I'm just sort of at a loss why it's here. And unfortunately, the available sword here is A rank, so basically just Sigurd and Sigurd, Ira, and Hullen really have the ability to use it. I guess I'll give it to Cullen. I already fixed his inventory. What am I doing? Arden, 40 uses should be fine. Nisha, definitely want his sword fixed. Alec, I'll fix his sword too. It's fairly cheap. Finn wants his javelin fixed for certain. Yeah, he can afford fixing that as well. Lex, I think, needs... No, he's good. Azel, I suppose I might as well. Um, I'll save her money for now. Madeira definitely wants to fix up his bows. He'll be fine. Ira wants to fix her broken, I mean really both of her swords at this position. Jamka just had bought a newly minted bow. Fix up, almost called him a Zell, do. And with that, I think it's time to actually start the chapter. Crazy that. I know that Deirdre wants to talk to Ethlyn. So let me see. She reaches this far. So I'll just place Ethlyn adjacent. Oh, I just remembered that there is a better way to do this, because Madeir is the only person who's still hurt from the arena at this point. So I should drop Madeir here. Then have Ethlyn come over here and heal him up. And then I can put Deirdre in range and get Ethlyn her light brand, I believe this conversation is. Ooh. My brain didn't take into account the wonders that are Cantor. I should have considered that, but it's fine. And as I've said in prior streams, though this series of streams is definitely more on the English side of the community, I suppose. There was a lot of hard work and effort put into this translation, so I would be remiss to skip over this translation. And there's the Espada Luminosa, the light brand. Yeah. But now that we have that conversation out of the way, we want everyone else to really book it. So that hopefully we can make it to the place, the villages in time. Which unfortunately means we're having a lot of our footlocked units really get congested in the back, but it'll be fine. It'll work out. I probably want Do to move first. No. Better idea. Azel, move here. Then we have Do come over here and give gold. So he can afford the magic ring. And yeah. Yeah, at this point, I might as well talk a little bit about pairings, since we have two of our lovely ladies in the cast are here and cursed by being footlocked. My plans, I think I said it before, I'm being kind of silly in my pairings for this run, just to do something more unique. So my intent is to pair Edane with Arden. Get Arden up to General so he can pass down bows to Lester. And I'm probably doing Ira and Jamka for just still skill stacking, really. Sorry, needed some water. Remember to stay hydrated. Hydrate. But yeah, planning on skill stacking. I know you can do the same thing with Nisha, and have Skahawk actually keep his, or rather have Skahawk actually inherit swords, but yeah, that's the end of the thought. There is no continuation of the thought. So yeah, with that said, I will arrange my units as so, I suppose. Okay. It begins. Here we go. Elliot approaches. What, it takes like 3 turns for Highland's forces to reach Nordian? 2 or 3 turns, something like that. And over here at Anfini, we have Macbeth, who for some reason has a unique portrait. I don't think anyone knows what they were thinking with that. But he sure is here, and he sure is about to send bandits to the entirety of Agustria's village population for some reason. over here, we have Clement. Shoutouts to the Clement fans, I guess, because there's a surprising number of them. I can't judge as a fan of capturable bosses in Fates. I'm a sucker for that. Okay. So here on enemy phase, we have just one of the knights in range. And I think Elliot has, yes, he has the silver lance. So that's something to worry about. But the bulk of them are lance users and 3 axe knights. Okay. Let's see how this goes. I always forget that because Sigurd and Quan are promoted, that they always end up gaining an extra tile on everyone else. And I realize I made a mistake in moving Ethlin before Madir because he's still not at full health. Why did I say health like that? But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. I see I made an oopsie, but it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Alright. In turn, and Highland will make first initiation. Actually, I can't remember. Does Elliot have any skills? All right. Question answered. No, he does not. I think Elliot's the only real threat amongst everyone. I mean, these three can definitely get overwhelmed pretty easily, but I think Elliot's the only one that really has that big of damage to worry about. And okay, I couldn't remember if this guy had a droppable stave or not. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think any generics in this game just have droppables, do they? Unless I'm completely forgetting about something. Right. He has the return band, and Bordeaux has defense ring, right? Alright, let's get back to moving forward. I think I forgot to save this turn, but it will be fine. No. That was almost really bad. And I did it again. I forgot to heal up Madeir. Yeesh. I do not remember Jamka having this rough of mobility. Almost really bad again. Please don't do that. Alright. This should be turn 3. If you missed last stream, the names of Laxus's 3 knights have been changed from Project Naga. We talked about it more in depth there. But their names are in reference to a specific Irish myth. They are named after 3 sisters, which I know seems a bit peculiar, but that's what they were going for. Get used to seeing a fair number of men in this game getting their names from various women from different myths and the like. I can't think of, off the top of my head, of any instances of that happening in other games, but I could be mistaken. So Eve took quite a bit of damage that turn. Of course, with him being most accessible by the lot, that's prone to happen. I don't remember what their hit rates are against him exactly, but it wasn't great. Of course, them all using swords rather than javelins doesn't help. I saved already, right? I did. Cool. So this is where things start getting dicey. Trying to solve this mess. He attacked from a distance. No, what am I saying? He doesn't have a hand axe. What to do, what to do, what to do. It's not an awful idea to have Midir take some shots at this guy and then leave Ethlin next to him. I mean, Midir can be really good bait, so long as he's not too exposed. Okay, I know I'm doing the thing. I did save this turn, right? I did. Okay. So if things fall apart, there's a safe out. Thanks for the useless crit. Gotta love it. Yeah, I can scooch him over there. Ethlin come over and heal him up like I said I would. It's only, what, 2 turns late? It's fine. And let's chuck a javelin here. Very nice, very nice. Okay. I will not complain about that level. I think I forgot to mention it. Ira got a funny res level during the arena. Because that's just how my levels have been going. I'll probably just throw Sigurd in the thick of it. Fight this Axe Knight. Actually, that might not have been the best choice. I was thinking of not taking this guy out so that he wouldn't. My logic was just completely wrong. Yeah, I was thinking of keeping him alive, so that he would fight here, and Eve wouldn't be left exposed to anyone else. But he wouldn't be moving, or he wouldn't have moved to reach his target. So we would have full canter available, so he can just walk out of the way and someone else can get in the way and take a shot. Not the wisest play by me, but oh well, I suppose. I'll see if I can have Quan go on the offensive here. He will... Oh, the guy just dies, doesn't he? Because that's 38 attack, minus 8 defense, so he still does 30. The guy has 22 HP. Okay, no, we're good. Quan has saved it. What's Quan's hit rate with a javelin? It's perfect. And 34 minus 8, he goes down to 26. We still win. Because kills on the javelin are preferred. Also, I'm not forgetting the yeah, no, it's after Highland that Quan gives the Brave Lance. Come up here. Okay. I panicked for a moment, but he has the Brave Axe equipped, so we're good. What is Elliot's range? Yeah. My hope is that Elliot just targets Midir, since he's so weak. Or not since he's so weak, since he can't retaliate, but we'll see. I keep almost doing something really bad. Please do not mess that up. Speaking of messing up, the day next to Jonka might not be the best. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's a good thing Elliot does not have a javelin. Okay, this guy loops around to Afa. Hopefully he'll be fine. This guy. Please don't move. Oh, he's stupid. That's the best. Nisha's fine. This guy goes for Afa. Really? Elliot goes for Finn, of all people. Why would he do that? I mean, I'm most certainly not complaining. This has been rather trivial. Like, everyone's just going to die at the end of this. And I only had a bit of a scare with Eve over here. No complaints from me. This is rather nice. Well, I guess let's get cracking onto our what you're probably actually here to if I can speak, yeesh. What you're actually probably here for, instead of me just playing the video game. Here we have Elliot. As you'll notice, we made a slight change to the name. If you're familiar with the older patches, Elliot's name has typically been written as such, as I put in the YouTube chat, with 2 L's. But here we only have 1. So, in Japanese, Elliot's name is... Sorry about that. I accidentally opened up my file manager. That's weird. Anyways, Elliot's name is written as such in Japanese. Erioto. Which, in every scenario that I can think of, would be written as Elliot. It just has the uncertainty of how Elliot will be written. To demonstrate the variance, I'll write that. It's kind of a mess, but basically, depending on the use, you will find it written with 2 L's, 1 L, 1 T, or 2 T's. It just sort of depends. As far as I'm aware, it doesn't necessarily have to do with location or anything. It's just how the name has been altered over the past how many centuries. Yeah, Elliot is just a very common name. I have 3 interpretations that stand out the most to me, but it's an incredibly common name with a plethora of people who have carried the name, so pinpointing it is incredibly difficult. So to start, let's look at one option. Did I say that I have 3 interpretations in mind? I'm sorry if I already said that. I have the brain of a goldfish. Yes, I know goldfish aren't nearly as incompetent as the classic phrase goes, but it's a turn of phrase for a reason, I suppose. Anyways, so to start, we have Clan Elliot. The name Elliot, as far as we seem to be aware, has two alternate origins. One is that the name is a corruption of a French name. I really should have noted what the original French name is. But it got corrupted into Elliot, written as such, with a Y instead of an I. And from there, its presence in England after the Norman conquest, and various French names started to find presence in England. The name slowly morphed into Elliot. But simultaneously from the north, there was the Clan Elliot, one of the many Scottish clans that was found in the borderlands, the regions between Scotland proper and England. I don't know why I'm having issues remembering England is called England. Guess it's one of those days for my brain. Anywho's, Clan Elliot was infamous for being thieves, for holding great cattle raids against people both of Scottish origin and English alike. So they became a very notorious clan that was greatly disliked by many, to the point where bearing the name Elliot was basically just making you an outcast simply by seemingly holding ties to such unpleasant people, basically. So that's option one. And our other two options ties into some popular writers that you may know the name of. First is a Victorian author by the name of George Eliot. A prolific and greatly respected writer, known for works. Probably her most famed work is Middlemarch, which is a story that casts a lens over women of the time, their relation with status, their relation with the concept of marriage, along with various other elements, religion. But I was just reading this article earlier today to make sure that I was getting everything right, and it seems that it all slipped out of my head. So, sorry about that. But the thing I wanted to hone onto was specifically in relation to women and their status and place in Victorian England, which may tie into ideas that we see with Eliot, his pursuit for Lachesis, but even more interesting when considering this connection is that George Eliot was a pseudonym for the author. In truth, George Eliot was a woman born by the name Marianne Evans. And if you remember, and I suppose if we scoot our way back over here, we start this chapter at Castle Evans. And when we first see Eliot in chapter 1, is that he is looking to stir up trouble and lead an attack on Sigurd and on Castle Evans. So perhaps these names are meant to relate to each other in how they first appear. But that's simple speculation on my part. Though I suppose, and I feel like I might have said this before, what am I doing here that isn't just speculation at the end of the day? Speaking of speculation, what I speculate to be the namesake here of Eliot is famed American writer. You may have heard of him, T.S. Eliot. He was a major influence on the development of the modernist movement in the 20th century, which also began with his first published work that was considered very jarring and off-putting to many upon its release, but had grown quite the following. A poem called The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. This is, in the poem, you follow the thoughts of the titular character, in which he reflects on feelings of ineptitude, indecisiveness, as well as his thoughts of sexual desires and sexual frustrations, which, as we'll discuss in a little bit, are very much influenced by the experiences and thoughts of Eliot himself. He would go on to write many other notable works that you have likely heard of, including The Wasteland, is probably his most famous work. And many of his works tend to relate to his relation with women. If I remember correctly, he's stated at one point that he was dependent on women and their existence, basically. And it very much bleeds into his work. He was infatuated with the woman that was the muse of many of his works, by the name of Emily Hale. And before moving across the sea to England from America, he made sure to let her know that he deeply loved her. But not long after his move, he met another woman, and they were soon wed. His relationship with this other woman, let me make sure I type this right, Vivian Haywood, was very turbulent, very rocky. Unfortunately, a lot of it tied into Haywood's own personal health issues, but Eliot was soon to find himself disinterested. And he would more or less just be doing his own thing while she would be in the medical ward. Um, but even in the period in which both parties were starting to feel themselves distanced from each other and were planning on getting divorced, Elliot would return to Hale's side and they would have intimate relations despite remaining married. And it would continue for a period after Elliot divorced, but they still would not wed. Just to me, I feel like a lot of these elements that we find in T.S. Eliot as a person and in his literary works, I feel like these ideas of love, lust, an uncomfortable dynamic with women, to me, it seems to have great ties to how we see Elliot, the character in this game. That he is this pompous, unpleasant person who is constantly chasing after this one woman who wants nothing to do with him. Of course, from what we know of the situation with the actual people, there was reciprocation, but in this this storyline that we see with Elliot in the game, it feels like it ties very well with just with the recurring idea of love, primarily in uncomfortable and unhealthy understandings of it within T.S. Eliot's work. That is how I have come to interpret the name, at least. Of course, really at the end of the day, the name's Elliot. If in a year from now we get a new genealogy banner on Heroes, or if we were to get a what's it called, a Lost Lore event in Heroes, and they include Elliot and it's spelled differently, it's not like I'm gonna roll my eyes or anything. The name is Elliot, one way or another. I could very well be misinterpreting how the name is being used here. It may have been meant to relate to Scotland based off of interpretations of what Highland's name is supposed to be. Alternatively, it could be meant as Elliot in relation to its original use in France, or its dissension from a similar name in France, which can relate to various French inspirations appearing throughout Agustria. Like I was saying earlier, it's all just speculation. I simply went with what my gut says is where the name's coming from. That meant taking one of those L's. And maybe that just means I'm taking an L. Hee hee ha ha, I know, I'm so clever in funny wordplay and common colloquial sayings, something like that. Anyways, back to the game. Who do I want to get the Silver Lance? I could just throw it on I mean, Silver Lance is A, right? Okay, so literally just Quan can use it. But it would not be a bad idea, considering how affluent Quan is, to get that on someone who can't use it, so that they can build up some funds. Let's start with just seeing who can actually kill. He's at 12 defense, 11 HP, 27 would kill, perfect hit rate. Finn with the javelin, pretty rough hit rate, but he would still kill. He's doing the same amount of damage as Midir. Lexa's a pretty safe kill, I think. I mean, he has weapon advantage, yeah. Ethlyn probably... I mean... she wouldn't kill there, but with her light brand... Oh, that's why, because she'd be using physical damage up close. Yeah. So Ethlyn can easily kill here, and then heal Finn later, because we do have quite a bit of a trek up here. Let me think while I get water. I definitely wouldn't be opposed to giving some EXP to Ethlyn and starting to work up kills on the light brand. I don't know why I keep honing in on Alec like that. Sorry. Let's see. She has 18 attack versus Elliot. With the 12 defense, she'd only do 6. She doesn't have doubling. I also don't know if 7 defense would actually live a hit from Elliot. We'll see. Is there someone who can just... if he were to hand axe... he'd still kill. If Finn's killing, Quan's most certainly killing. Yeah, I think I'll just give Elliot to Ethlyn in that case. So I'll distribute EXP as I see fit here. Probably Hmm. Okay. I think the plan is gonna be give this kill to Nisha. Kill this guy with Nisha. Kill this axe guy with Lex. And if not Lex, then probably Nadir or Alec. Kill this guy with Finn. Sigurd recruit Lachesis, head north, and then Quan will just charge north. I think that's gonna be my play. Yeah. Use sword. Hopefully it goes fine. Thank you, Nisha, for hitting. Let's see this level. I mean, speed's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. Finn gets some good experience, runs further north. Quan leads the charge. This is free. Alright, let's see Lex level up. Lex has been getting really nice defense level ups, because I'm pretty sure it's just a coin flip, just 50%. Alright. Let's finish Elliot off. And she gets to sell that lance to her hubby. Alright, that's everything cleared out here. That's so silly. Well, I would have liked for Lachesis to actually move and for Sigurd to make progress. But I guess here we are. So Lachesis, we talked a little bit about in chapter 1, but for something a bit more in depth. In Japanese, her name is written as such, Rakesis. And I think we all know what this is. Rakesis, obviously. I still can't get over that someone actually gave that a green light in Awakening. Okay, but in all seriousness, Lachesis is a name that appears in Greek mythology. She is the middle sister of the three Moirai, or as you're more likely to know them, the three Fates, between the youngest sister Clotho and the eldest sister Atropos. It's Lachesis' role to measure out the thread that Clotho spins and determines the length of one's life. Further, in the Republic, written by Plato, Lachesis is depicted as being someone who gives lots to the souls of the dead, and providing pathways that they can walk in their next life. This name seems to mostly just relate to the ideas of fate and of fate, destiny, and I suppose predetermined, I guess just predetermination, being present in Genealogy of the Holy War. It doesn't seem to necessarily relate to anything in particular, though perhaps you can read it as Lachesis being a character with ties to death, in the sense that she has a strong connection with her brother Eldigan, and no matter what, he is fated to die in chapter 3. Spoilers, sorry. And that whether she intervenes or not, it's something that will come to pass. It's also possible that the name was intentionally given to a character belonging to